Good afternoon, March 17th at 4 p.m. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and I know people are getting very creative and sharing things, becoming a Pinterest world, and sharing different ideas and activities to do with kids and families. So keep those ideas flowing on social media, and we'll get through it all. And as I said, it is March 17th, and we want to bring you sort of the updates from this afternoon. We will meet every day at 9 in the morning and then at 4 p.m. and let you know sort of what's happening. And then other than that, we'll, if we need to interrupt during the night or during the day, we will also do that. But in the meantime, we will let you know what's happened between 9 this morning and 4 this afternoon. And we will also be posting on Facebook as well. We live stream here at leominster.tv, as well as my own Facebook page. And 95.1 WLPZ is also will broadcast this throughout the day and night. And so here's what we know. As of 5 o'clock tonight, all city buildings will be closed. There will be the buildings will be closed, but we will be working. So full staffs in every department, and we're going to answer phone calls, and we'll work by email. Any way that we can give you good customer service, we will. If for some reason there's something that you need from City Hall, call any one of the phone numbers. You can start with ours, which is 978-534-7500, extension 0. And somehow or another, we'll get it to you. If there are a number of tools that you can get by going to the Leominster Public Library website, and online story times, virtual museum tours, remote library services on LibGuide, remote library services from BLP. So you just go to their site, and there's just tons of things that you can do. Learn a language, stream movies and TV shows, check out ebooks and audiobooks, free internet from Comcast for the next 60 days, Project Bread, food source hotline, reliable COVID-19 information. So you can get all that right this second, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by going to the public library website. You can start it all off by going to the city's website. It's easy to remember, leominster-ma.gov, and then you could click on any department that there is in the city. We have staff and volunteers at our emergency management building, and again, you can call them at 978-534-7525. I'm sorry, 978-534-7500. Hit the proper extension. You're going to hear a COVID-19 message, and you hit that, and it's going to take you right to that extension. So what else has changed? We will be at City Hall. We will be operating. We'll answer your phone calls. Things that can be mailed in, please mail them. But if you're somebody that needs a permit, or you're a contractor, we're trying not to stop business if we don't have to. We'll do anything that we possibly can to accommodate you. We'll meet you outside. We'll drive it to your house. We'll drive it to the work site. We are continuing with inspections, so that all of the divisions of inspections will continue to operate. We will take all the necessary precautions. Let's get back to the basics. If you don't feel well, stay home. If you believe you have some of the symptoms, call your primary doctor. You can call urgent care. You can call the emergency room. You could call any medical group that you'd like, but do not just show up. That presents a whole nother issue when you just show up. So make that phone call. Let your primary or whatever healthcare system is in place, let them know what's going on, let them know what your symptoms are, and they will advise you. More and more tests are showing up each day, and the hospital is now not accepting or allowing visitors unless it's an end-of-life situation or an emergency. However, they're setting up an outdoor facility, outdoor tent, so that they could easily do testing. And if it requires large-scale testing, then that could be expanded on. So all of those things are in the works as we speak. For emergencies, obviously, do not delay. If there's an emergency, call 911. News from the governor today, $5 million is going to be provided in the first installment for boards of health across the state for staff and supplies. We're putting our list together. Wendy Weeks, the grant administrator, and Chris Knuth, the health director, are working on our list of what is necessary and needed in our city. A relief package was submitted to the Small Business Administration. This is the first step in getting assistance to small business in the state under a declaration of economy injury. Governor's also doing a new emergency order to expedite onboarding of more licensed healthcare professionals. So licenses of physicians who have retired within the last year without complaints at the time of retirement that are good standing may be reactivated, and licenses scheduled to be renewed will be extended for 90 days. So if there are physicians that, or people in the healthcare industry, maybe they've retired recently, well, they may need those services and may sort of re-up them. Providers in good standings in other states may obtain emergency licenses to practice in person or through telemedicine. Expands telehealth by facilitating telehealth services across state lines. And if you have any questions about what's happening around the state, get that one-stop state information, go to your phone, dial 211. That's 211. And that'll get you to the state resources. Locally, there are lists of, and too many for me to read tonight, I did read them last night, of restaurants, takeout restaurants that are doing takeout and some delivery. You might want to call them. I would say it's 90% of the restaurants, 95% of sit-down restaurants and takeout are all participating. There are some that have selected not to, and I'm sure things will change in the upcoming days. Either more will open or more will close. If you've been out in the streets anytime after 5 o'clock this morning, looks more like a Sunday. I would suggest that more and more people are, heeding to the warning and staying home. Last night was a little bit of confusion. The governor said no more than 25 people in a gathering. The president said 10. That's been rectified today. The governor has updated his statement, and it's now 10. And a gathering is in one room, in a meeting room, in any one place that's a close proximity where it's confined. And so that is the definition of a gathering. So a lot happening. As I said, City Hall and all municipal buildings will be closed. The staff will report to duty and to our offices. Regularly scheduled hours, and we'll be there to assist you in any way that we can. We are committed to make sure it works. We'll work through some of the bugs, but we are not going to turn down any project, and we're not going to slow down any permitting processes. We're going to work through it somehow, some way, and if that requires us making deliveries, handing forms, meeting you out in parking lots or temporary areas, then we will, in fact, do that. But all of the buildings, yesterday was a very busy day. I assume everyone was trying to get things done, knowing that this is probably going to happen. And so between yesterday and today, most, I think, important things got done. Excise tax bills got done and paid. If you didn't, don't worry about it. You can drop it off. There's a mailbox in front of City Hall on West Street. Just leave it in there. Mail it. We're not going to surcharge or fine anybody for turning in their excise tax bills late. So don't panic. That's not something that you need to worry about. We will take care of that. So there is a collection box out front that goes to all departments. So if you want to leave something off for any department in the city, you can leave it there. We will make sure it gets to them. Also, there will be lists on the doors of municipal buildings. And if there's somebody specific that you need to speak with, their name, what they do for the city or that department will be listed, as well as an actual extension. So that way, if it's an emergency and you're standing outside City Hall, somebody that maybe came from out of town, maybe it's an elderly person who doesn't have access to the internet and has a concern or needs something, then obviously we're going to take care of that. For those that are thinking of getting out of their marriage because they had it planned, if you need a marriage certificate or a license, birth certificate, any of those things, we can get all that for you. The only thing that's going to change is that we're urging everybody that we possibly can to do business via email, text if you have it, Facebook Messenger if you have that, if we're connected, and the old-fashioned phone system. But for those things that can't be dealt with, we'll find other mechanisms to do that. Our staff at Emergency Management is standing by. You can take your phone calls, answer those questions as they come up. They are the best resource for Q&A. Other than that, our office, 978-534-7500, extension 0. School department's been doing a great job. Teachers, staff doing a great job getting information out to students. Chartwell's Food Service is our contracted culinary provider for our for meals for our schools. They are packaging hundreds of meals, breakfast and lunch for students. There's a sandwich in there. There's a muffin in there. There's some graham crackers. There's some healthy choices in there, some juice, an apple, those kinds of things. They're distributing those every day at Johnny Appleseed School, Leominster High School, Francis Drake School, and Northwest School. If for some reason, and I say for some reason, we cannot get to you or you can't get to us, by all means call us or call the school department and we will make sure you get that food. Also, they are bringing bags to the Silverleaf apartment complex on the old former Litchfield Terrace on Central Street, as well as Riverside Apartments off of North Main Street here in Leominster. My name's Dean Mazzarella, Mayor for the City of Leominster, and we are going above and beyond to do anything that we can to try to help you out. We're in constant contact with Health Alliance, constant contact with Mass Emergency Management. We watch all the press conferences for the President, the Governor. We get text and emails constantly. We're at all the conference calls with the U.S. Conference of Mayors, Mass Mayors Association, the Bloomberg Foundation. There are a number, many organizations and government agencies are stepping up to make sure that we get all the latest information. So we are on a number of conference calls every day. And again, we'll continue to do these updates. I hope tomorrow, don't have my phone with you, it's charging back there, and we're also streaming live, but hopefully tomorrow at 9 o'clock when we meet here, we're going to share with you some up-to-date information from MassHire. MassHire, Jeff Roberge is the director, and we hope to have either Jeff or somebody here to talk about unemployment benefits. I know they're waiving that week wait. Down in Congress and the Senate and the President are working together. It's nice to see that. They are putting together a number of plans together that would send a check almost immediately to each and every home, with the hopes that those dollars would be spent, hopefully in the community that they live, to help to keep the economy going. You know, when we had the banking crisis, that was a whole nother issue. This is something that you know, we've not had in modern times experience with. So keeping the economy going at all cost is pretty important at this particular time. So you can let us know at City Hall if your business is open. If your business is open, I know talking to some of the people in the tanning salons and beauty salons, people are canceling out. Barbershops, people are canceling out. I don't know if that's a temporary thing, but obviously if proper precautions are taken, then there's little to worry about as long as somebody's not sick, as long as you're sanitizing and keeping your establishment clean. But if your business is open in Leominster, by all means let us know. If you're looking for a job and you've been laid off, anything that comes under that category, go to MassHire. MassHire, North Central, CC.gov is the website for that. So we'll continue to post through the night. It's about 4:15, but if new things come up, we'll continue to post. We have a number of different Facebook pages and social media sites that we can update you. But obviously things are slowing down. There are less people in the street. Some businesses have chosen to close. Some national companies, I think, as they see fewer and fewer customers, you'll begin to see some of them close. And I keep saying it's going to be like a European Sunday where the bakery and the takeout will be open and people will stroll and walk downtown and do window shopping. Haven't heard that term in a long time, haven't used it in a long time, but window shopping. People will visit our parks. Our parks continue to be open. Don't use any of the playground equipment. Don't let your kids use it. That's a breeding ground. But please make good use of our parks, tennis courts, our track, our fields, our open space, our trails. You can find all that out by going to leominster-ma.gov and going to the city's recreation department site, and from there are a number of links. So that pretty much sums things up. In terms of business, really starting to think about what their future is and how long it's going to take them, and do they have enough capital to survive the bridge to get to the other side? Well, you can go to North Central Mass Chamber of Commerce, go to their website. They have a number of resources that are there. I have heard from a number of businesses that said, I got my business up and running. It's been a great thing. Business is good, but I'm hesitant to take another loan, which creates more debt for my business, even when things get better. But nobody knows the terms of these loans at this point. They may be 0% or 1 or 2 or 3. But I do suggest that you go to the North Central Mass Chamber of Commerce website, and all the information is there, and educate yourself and stay up to date. We also have two business employees that will help businesses in the city, and you can reach them again by calling our phone number at 978-534-7500, extension 0, and they will walk you through the process. Both Nikki and Melissa are very familiar with working with businesses. That they do in their community, and they work on business development. They are also set up as the chamber is. They will hand walk you through, fill out the forms for you if necessary. But again, local government buildings might be closing, but the staff and personnel will be there, and will be there to do everything possible to make your life as easy as it can be. In the meantime, we will get through this. We appreciate all of the people who've called to volunteer, to help out with their ideas about how to keep people busy, helping out neighbors. It's really been a rewarding feeling to be mayor of the city, where people are so generous and gracious and helpful and kind. So we'll meet you back here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock sharp, and we'll update you on everything that's happening local. Thank you to everybody here at Leominster TV, LTV, and we will be doing some other local programming. And this is a good way to stay in touch with what's happening locally. And there's a lot of historic, things that you haven't been able to catch up on, reading and historic programs that we have here at LTV. A lot of things that just maybe haven't had time to. This is a good opportunity to get some of those things done, and stay safe. Good night.